Take down your YouTube video right now, or I will destroy your channel!
Yun, what army?
What army? What army? Look around you, owl!
You planted grass?
Grass!
Uh-oh.
The CCP, or Chinese Communist Party, has been building a modern Great Wall. Not a physical wall like Trump's wall, but a firewall to keep its citizens away from the evils of Skype, YouTube, Twitter, Google, and driver software from foreign electronic companies. Why is China building such a wall? Well, it seems to be to breed nationalism and to keep control of the average person, because, as proud supporter of the CCP and film star Jackie Chan says, we Chinese need to be controlled. If we're not being controlled, we'll just do what we want. And Jackie Chan says that if not controlled, the country may become as chaotic as Taiwan. Perish the thought. The Great Firewall is getting higher and higher, but despite this, whenever a YouTuber or other people online make a negative post about the nation or the CCP, they receive a massive torrent of messages from mainland Chinese who are often very angry and quick to call the YouTuber a racist or an American nationalist, even if the user is a Northern Irish person who's never even visited America. If you believe YouTubers like Serpentza, Laowai86 and China Uncensored, and if you believe a number of news agencies, many of these trolls work for the CCP and are known as wumaos. Most news agencies have translated the word Wumao as 50 cent, but it literally means 5 maos because of the small coin which the trolls are said to be paid for each post. Now 50 cents a comment would seem like quite a lot, but actually the 5 mao coin is only worth a couple of pence, so it would be a little harder to make money trolling than you might think. Laowai86 claims that their ranks are made up of military, which really makes sense, as well. The Chinese army is, by constitution, a force which is to defend the CCP and its interests and not the Chinese people or nation. And it also makes sense as the PLA are not engaged in any wars currently, but for the most part are mobilized to harass neighbouring nations and minorities. Any Chinese people I spoke to seem to think that the job of a Wumao was given to low-tier government employees, but whoever the wumaos are, the CCP is not shy about the fact that it is trying to spread propaganda via the internet. The CCP actually is very open about having a group of young people called Little Pinks who spread positive energy by defaming the opposition and posting positive messages about the party. According to a post on The Guardian's website, one 2016 Harvard study estimated that the Chinese government fabricates and posts approximately 448 million comments on social media annually. And recently, a Chinese media mogul stated that it was the job of journalists and other media to spread propaganda, and that the press are deceiving themselves if they think they are doing anything other than spreading propaganda. Recognizing the Wumao and other forms of propaganda in the comments is going to become more important in the future as China continues to flex its muscles and attempts to rise on the world stage. It's no secret that the rising China is making many enemies, so Wumaos are going to become more and more common. But I feel that we foreign devils have a magic bullet in any conflict with trolls, especially on websites like Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. And of course that simply is that the CCP blocks and bans citizens from accessing these websites, so is it not a bit hypocritical to complain about foreigners when they shouldn't be able to access these websites anyway? Well, to summarise, Wumaos are CCP-sponsored internet trolls whose job it is to undermine and demean those who criticises the CCP. Wumao means 5 maos, which is a small Chinese coin worth half a yuan, which is how much they're said to be paid per comment. While on the topic of China and the CCP, I would like to remind people to differentiate the average Chinese people with the practices of the CCP. The average Chinese person does not endorse many of the actions of the CCP, for instance putting Uyghurs in internment camps or persecuting Christians. And if they do, it's really because they've spent a lifetime of indoctrination and have never had the opportunity to come up with their own conclusions. And of course, when you do think about it, many of us have been subjected to a lot of indoctrination ourselves, from our own political parties and media. The reason I bring this up is the way things are looking, I would not be surprised if anti-Chinese sentiment arose in the West and in nations such as India, Japan, Korea and Malaysia. And I would not be surprised if all Chinese were tarred with the same brush as the CCP. Only 80 million Chinese are Communist Party members, and many of the rest have no power or say in their nation's affairs. So whatever happens, try to treat people as individuals. And please try not to spread stereotypes. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned for more.